Greetings everybody, Fu here with part 18 of Build Your Republic Commando Build Thread. We're going to do these shoulders. Do you suffer from shoulder bell erectile dysfunction? Well, I've got the solution for you. Take this little blue pill and you will no longer have droopy shoulders. What I've done here is I've come up with a hinging system so that you get a darn near game accurate floating shoulder. Unless you're built like a silverback gorilla, you cannot get your shoulders to stay up on their own. So, what I've done is take my shoulder bells, figure out once I've got the straps together. Now this works best with the seamless chest, or at least the fixed shoulder board or shoulder straps. First thing you're going to do is you're going to make a trip to Lowe's and you're going to buy the following items. You're going to need two rigid tie U brackets. There's the Lowe's number there. That's what it looks like. They're like 84 cents a piece. Grab two of those bad boys. Then you're going to need two Stanley 4-inch strap hinges. That's what they look like, and here's the bag they come in. Alright, so take that U-strap hinge, you're going to torque it out so that you've just got a slight rise here and wings off to the side. Alright, and then you're going to take it to a grinder and you're going to grind off so that it is the width of your top shoulder strap here. Alright, now you notice I've got two holes here. Normally there's just a hole in each corner, but you're going to grind off all this so that it's the right width. Alright, that's as high as you want it to stick up, just enough for 1/2 of the strap hinge to fit through. Alright, so put it in a clamp, a table clamp, bend it. Sometimes it helps to heat it up a little bit, but manipulate this. It's soft metal, you can bend it with your hands until you get it where you need it. Grind it down, drill an extra hole in it so you've got two on each side. What you're going to end up with is a strap that looks like this. Figure out where the center point of your shoulder is going to be, and I used 10 by 24 1/2-inch machine screws and nuts, and drill your hole. Put your strap on there, mark your holes, drill it, get your strap on. I said strap on. But get your screws through. I put the nuts on the bottom, and I'm just going to pad it later. And then once you've got this secured, you're going to come to your shoulder belt. Alright, on your shoulder belt you're going to create a riser. So from the bottom there, I made straps that are 1 3/8 inches tall, and you'll see where they angle up a little. Well, I guess you can't see here, but you'll have to angle them up a little bit, but make straps that are about 3 inches long, 3-4 inches long, and 1 3/8 inches tall. You can adjust this depending on how you want your shoulder to sit. Glue those in the tracks here, and then once you've got those, you're going to cut a piece that'll sit in flat and meet your edges all the way around. Glue that into place, and if you haven't cut your shoulder bells yet, you may want to cut this down a little lower. I hadn't come up with this design yet when I cut my bells, so I'm going to have to go back and patch that. Not a big deal. Once you've got that and the glue is dried and cured, you're going to go ahead and put the hinge through the strap first, because you want to make sure that you're putting it in a location. See, look at that. Fits right in there nice and snug. It gives you a little bit of twist room. You're like, but phew, it comes out. That's why we slapped a rare earth magnet in there. Good to go. Alright. I've got it so that looking down from the top, you might just see the very edge of the hinge, but remember, you're going to be painting, and you can always cover it up with whatever you'd like, or continue the bell down below it. Alright, so get that, mark it, drill your holes, put your screws through, and I guess I can't get the camera up in there. I put the nuts up behind there, screwed it in, little rare earth magnet there, It'll grab onto the strap and the bracket, hold your shoulder in place. It gives it a little enough ability. It can twist some, but it'll stay true to gameplay where it sticks up but not completely out like a wing. And if you look in all the game reses, when their arms come forward, the bell does not move with it. So you'll see when they're holding their gun, the bell sticks out to the side. So this will stay accurate to that. It'll give you an easy way to take the shoulder straps on and off, or excuse me, the shoulder bells on and off, and I think it's going to give it a nice look. Almost every guy you see trooping out there in PEA or TZA or anybody's armor, because the shoulder bells are big, they flop down. You get that floppy shoulder look, and it's hard to figure out how to make the top stay at the right angle. So I think this will really help, and this will work for any of the attachments. I tried it out with the SAV attachment on there too. It's not too much weight. It's still good there. Alright, now in this process, or before you start this process, it really depends on how you want to do it. When you get your shoulder inset, your little greeby there, if you just set it on top, you'll see it obviously doesn't go deep enough. You got two options. One, center it, trace it, and very accurately cut that out with an X-Acto, and then inset your shoulder greeby. That's one option. The other option is to cut this piece out completely, save it, and then create a little drop down box. In that box you'll go ahead and sink down this. You want the top of the shoulder greeby to be even with the top ridge of this. So it's going to take a little fabrication work, but you've got plenty of ABS to do it. Nobody's going to see the box because really you're only going down maybe half, 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to be painting it black or gray anyway. Probably gray. I think I did gray background on most of my shoulder insets, and then the actual greeby itself I did black. So do a drop down box inside there. If you're going to be doing this setup, do the box first so that it's easier to get in there. That's one of the advantages you have of learning from my construction as I go. So I'll have to be creative on how I get that box in there, but I'm going to do a drop down box with a shoulder greeby in there, but that will give you shoulder bells that float a little bit and stay out to the side and easily come on and off. I'm Foo. This has been part 18.